Welcome to another episode of Getting to Know. Today I have Troy Lightsey with me, a good friend of mine, also, I guess you're a co-worker of mine.
Yes.
You're just working in a different department. Okay, so if you watched my last video, we're going to get straight into this. I talked to Chris about how some people think that the movie Friday Night Lights is better than the series.
Hey, the series is awesome. I just like to say the movie's better just to get you going.
The movie is okay with Billy Bob.
The movie's okay. The movie's not acted that well. I don't want to be like a film critic or anything like that. It's really not acted very well, and I don't like the guy in the movie that played the fullback. I never can remember his name in the movie. Anyway, Garrett Hedlund is his name, and he's just not a believable actor. But the movie is okay, but the series
is way better.
The series is way better because the series is like things that happen in season 1 get answered in season 2, and then something.
I think that's why I like series better than movies, because there's more to it.
Yeah, things that happen.
Shit.
I know you're the question asker or anything like that.
We can change it up. That's how we always do it.
Well, series, you Netflix, Hulu, everything. What's the best series that you've ever watched?
Oh, dang it, that's a good one. Like documentary, or even like a Friday Night Lights.
Like a Friday Night Lights, like a set of movies. Like a series that catches on HBO, a series that catches on Netflix, a Netflix original.
Like I'm still watching
Friends. I mean, I love Friends. I wouldn't challenge your homie in Friends trivia, but Friends
too much.
I've seen every episode of Friends.
I'm trying to think. I like
Friends catches my attention, and I'll tell you why Friends catches my attention, because it's the fastest 30 minutes on the planet. Because you come home from work or whatever. Friends used to be on
all the time.
All the time. I would come home from work and they would play back to back, and it was the fastest hour of my life.
It's still on now, it's weird because it's on Netflix, and I think now it's on Nick at Night.
Yeah, I love it too, because Chandler, man, he is one sarcastic. I mean, it's just
so good.
Yeah, I love him. He's funny. The series, you gotta. I mean, I have mine.
My favorite movie series is Lethal Weapon.
Lethal Weapon.
That's my favorite movie series. But as TV series, I don't know.
Movie made for TV, something that caught on. I'll recommend something for you to watch. And Taylor, my youngest son, he watched it, and he got into it, and we get into it and we talk about it and we have a lot of fun. But have you ever heard of The Sopranos?
Yes, I've heard of The Sopranos.
I just want to make sure it's old, because you watch it now and everybody.
I've never seen it though.
Oh,
you know what? I'm gonna get a lot of shit from my buddy Chris, and a lot of shit maybe from you. I've never seen The Godfather either.
Oh, man, pull over.
All right, we're done, guys. But yeah,
hey man,
those are two of probably some of the greatest things people talked about. Never seen it, either one of them.
The Godfather is. I mean, that's you better put that on your bucket list.
Yeah, I've never seen it.
The Godfather, the first one. The first one is good. They try to recreate, and they try to do some different things in the second one, but the whole series is good. The whole series is good. It's long, it's worth it. And the first Godfather, though, James Caan, Marlon Brando, Al Pacino.
Aren't they remaking it?
Yeah, but
his son's playing or some shit?
Yeah, but it's never the same. Those are never good.
Remakes are never. I feel like sometimes remakes are never the same, and also I feel like sometimes when they do sequels, they're never the good.
No,
Grease 2 was garbage.
Yeah, Grease 2 was terrible. But
then they make it a second Sandlot.
Yeah, it was no good.
And that wasn't good either.
But speaking of Grease, when my daughter was in the 4th or the 5th grade, I can't remember, she would come home from school and watch Grease from sun up to sundown. So when those songs come on,
I got that whole soundtrack.
Oh yeah, I do too.
It's just so good.
Beauty's still, all that stuff, and I'm
good.
Why am I singing along with this? But she watched it so much that I come from the days of VHS. And then
my days were ending on VHS. I was there for VHS, but then I was there when it transitioned to DVD.
Right. I was there when it was 8-track, baby. I was there when it was cassette. Hey, I got this mixtape I made for you, baby.
Take it.
Hey, look at this. Or making a mix CD, and then getting a Sharpie,
writing what was on it
in blue, a couple of songs red, a couple of songs, and then presenting that Sharpie.
Did this have different meanings for it?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I like how my buddy Chris was on my last episode, and he's really the big movie guy. He has his own podcast for that, and that's how we end up starting our podcast. Starting this, so I was talking about movies.
Well,
it's because Friday Night Lights is the greatest fucking show.
Friday Night Lights is good. The show's good.
I didn't think I was gonna like it because of the whole drama aspect, but I think now that I'm older,
I get caught up in those characters. Yeah. It's like you said, Riggins. It's like you're for him. It's like, dude, if you just quit drinking and work out and take it serious,
him and his brother.
Yeah, they're so down in their luck.
I was heartbroken. I was heartbroken when Coach Taylor thought he was having sex with Julie. And I was like, that's not what it was.
You But what is the coach supposed to think when he walks in and sees that? You know,
And then
he knows
and
his
then he knows,
background.
and he knows how Riggins is.
Right.
Lila Garrity, man.
Yeah.
Lila Garrity.
Yeah. Ooh.
Okay, let's talk about another thing real quick.
Okay.
Two things, actually, because you're wearing two of them right now.
Oh.
We'll talk about the Cowboys.
Okay. We'll talk about the
One,
Cowboys.
because I'm an Eagle fan.
I know.
He's a Cowboy fan.
Yep.
So you can tell already we butt heads a lot.
And it's fun, butted heads.
It is.
I mean,
I think we're the best division in football. I think the
We are.
NFC East is probably the most competitive and most. I think we're the best division.
we are.
But you know, today is Thursday, March 12th, and about an hour and a half ago, Cole Beasley signed with the Bills.
Right.
How do you feel about Cole Beasley?
And that's okay because, I mean, he wanted a little bit more money than he was worth, and he was worth a lot of money because Dak finally figured out how to use him and everything. But he just, you know, Cole needs to look after Cole, and I'll miss him. I will miss him.
You think part of why they got rid of him too was because they signed Amari Cooper?
Yeah. We have Amari Cooper. We're going to get somebody in the draft. Let's back up about the Cowboys, okay? I'm a Cowboys fan. I've been a Cowboys fan from day one, 70s, 80s, Troy, Roger, Danny White, Gary Hogan.
The original cast.
Yes, and everybody now, and I support my team, and I'll never leave my team. But Jerry Jones, when he bought the Cowboys, he bought it with every bit of good intention.
When did Jerry buy him? Like what year?
Oh, gosh, man. I'd have to Google it, but he's had them for a while. He bought them in the 90s.
Okay.
In the early 90s because he ran Tom Landry off. He got rid of Tex Schramm. He cleaned house. And, you know, sometimes that's a good thing. Sometimes that's a bad thing. But Tom Landry was an innovator.
I think it could be a real bad thing.
The shotgun.
Look at Chip Kelly when he did this.
Yeah. But, you know, the Cowboys are my team, and I will support them. But Jerry and his two sons need to stop thinking that they can evaluate NFL talent. They're giving themselves all the credit in the world for the Amari Cooper move, which was a good move, but we needed a receiver. I could have made the Amari Cooper move. I would have made the Amari Cooper move.
Do you think like that's kind of like y'all's downfall?
Yes.
Are the Joneses?
He has his hands.
So do you think
everything.
You think Garrett's actually like a decent coach?
Garrett is not a bad coach. He's not a disciplinarian. I don't know. I've never been to practice and watched him, but you can tell on the sidelines it was like somebody was to do something and come off the sidelines. You remember how Bill Parcells would march down to wherever they were and rip somebody's ass? Jason Garrett needs to rip somebody's ass. Tom Landry, the way Tom Landry would look at his players, and a lot of his players talk about this, a lot of his old players, it's like, man, I knew whenever I was walking off the field when I caught that eye contact, but he said he wasn't going to gut me in the game, but in practice, yeah, he let us have it in the film room. And I don't know if Jason Garrett does that in the film room or not. I just can't see him doing it. He's just too nice of a guy. And it's like the refs, whenever the calls don't go, calls go good, calls go bad. I get it. You know, I try not to get wrapped up into it. I try not to be a crybaby when my team gets hosed, because I've seen my team get hosed and I've seen other teams that my team's playing get hosed. So I don't try to say anything. It kind of evens out. But some of those calls that the Cowboys got, it's like when Dez caught the ball against the Packers. If I was Jason Garrett, I'd be still on Lambeau Field saying, I ain't leaving till y'all get it right.
That's crazy because, like, if you think about that whole with him against the Packers, and you know that the base now, you know, now they said that he caught it.
He did catch it,
but it sucks to think like, well, were they within the Super Bowl that year? Because y'all were hot that year. Y'all were super hot that year.
Yeah, Tony caught a groove.
Yeah,
and Tony's. I mean, I make fun of Tony and I call him Phony Romo.
I'm not gonna lie to you. Me as an Eagle fan, I fucking hated playing Tony Romo. It's because he had that good deep threat. And like, I'm so happy he's doing good commentating.
He's the best commentator. And let's talk about something else. And I know this is your show, but Jason Witten.
I'll just bring that up so you're good. See, it's perfect.
He only signed back with the Cowboys to get out of the booth because he was terrible. His hair. I mean, oh.
You think he came back because my boy Zach Ertz broke his record, and he's like, "Fuck this! I'm gonna try to get my record back."
He probably does want his record back. I think he probably does have a few years left in him. He'll go across the middle, and he'll. I mean, I
remember when we played against y'all. I don't remember when it was. It was years ago. And we fucking hit him, and his helmet came off.
Yeah, and he kept on going.
Son of a bitch kept going
without missing a beat, without even thinking, I don't have my helmet on.
Yeah, and I was like, man, he just kept on going. Fucking hate you.
Yeah, he's tough. He was tough in college. Whenever he was in Tennessee, he was a bad dude.
What about Dak? Are you? There's so many Cowboy fans that I talk to, and like they're for Dak, they're against Dak. They believe the hype.
Okay, here's Dak. Dak's his rookie season, he had Tony Romo.
Did you watch him in college?
Yeah, he was all right in college. He was a run first, kind of dump over to his tight end kind of guy. He went to Mississippi State as an SEC, of course. Our college teams in the SEC, so I pay attention to a lot of SEC stuff. Dak was a tough runner in college. They ran that little run option thing where he could dump the ball to his tight end. He wasn't a deep threat quarterback at all, but he could run the ball, and he was good. Hell, he beat us. He beat my college team in their hometown basically with his legs, and he was a good pickup for the Cowboys. Whenever the Cowboys got him, I thought that's not a bad deal. I didn't think he would be pressed into service and playing as fast as he was, but when Tony got hurt, he got his back hurt when he got tackled. And Dak had such a good rookie season, but the reason Dak had such a good rookie season is Tony was in his ear the whole time. He had him prepared. Tony prepared him, and there's not anything to say that the coaching staff for the Cowboys didn't prepare him either. They did. But what's the extra bonus of having Tony Romo on the sidelines in your ear saying, all right, watch this, watch that, watch this, and he's getting coaching from a guy that's been there and done it.
I don't think people give Tony Romo enough credit. I don't know, when he left and Dak took his spot, I felt like people were just quick to just oh, fuck you, Tony, we have Dak now.
True.
which is cool.
They did. They turned their back on Tony whenever we thought we had something.
I felt like they kind of just told Tony to fuck off.
Yeah, I did too. I turned my back on him because I'm never going to forgive him for bobbling the snap against the Seahawks, man. I'm just not. And whenever somebody sends me that meme, I'm not their friend anymore secretly, because that just killed me. Watching that game, we had it. We were on our way, and then he bobbles that snap, and then he takes forever to get up and run, and then he gets tackled.
It was good times, right?
Yeah.
Since we're talking about college football, well, you're a huge A&M fan.
Yes.
One of the hugest probably college football people that I know.
Yes.
You know college football more than
college football.
Well, I don't watch college football. I watch college football. I don't have a college football team.
Right.
And your team is A&M.
Yeah, it is.
You're a huge A&M fan. At your house is A&M stuff.
Yes. Yeah. You've been there.
Yeah. Two of your kids
are gonna. One of them graduated in 2012, and another one will be graduating this May.
What made you an A&M fan?
Well, okay, I was sick, and I think I was in like the 8th or the 9th grade, and I was sick, and I stayed home. My mom was working, and it was New Year's Day, and I caught a bowl game that they were playing, and Jackie Sherrill was the coach. I didn't really catch all the game. I don't even know. It's been so long. Gosh, I've been an Aggies fan for so long. But I know that I saw Jackie Sherrill talking after a game. He was the head coach of the Aggies, and I thought, hey, I kind of like the way, he handled that and was talking. So A&M played Bo Jackson whenever he won the Heisman.
Oh, Bo.
Yeah, Bo. I mean, all three sports. And whenever Bo, they played Auburn in the Cotton Bowl, I mean, they handled. They had no respect, and nobody's ever given. I don't know. I really don't understand why. I wish I could answer that question for you, but it's just something about their tradition
that you just loved.
Yeah, it's just.
So did you have a big part in like having your kids go to A&M?
Yeah, I was influential with Taylor, but I kind of figured that he would go because early on, he picked up on it. It's kind of funny. We played baseball. He's played baseball ever since he could walk, and one of the very first guys that managed and coached his team. I've always been involved in coaching it, but one of the guys was an Aggie, and we were the first state bank Aggies, and that really just kind of propelled it, and it
kind of helped go.
Yeah, and he, he didn't visit any other schools. He didn't go to anything. He just knew that that's where he wanted to go. And then whenever it came time for my daughter to go, I think he was pretty influential on, her taking the steps to go there too. And I think she's glad. They're both glad they did. The Aggie Network is a strong organization, and they're both, I couldn't be prouder of both of them. They could have went to anywhere. I don't want to name any other school. They could have went anywhere. They would have went to Tech or they would have went to Tech or the University of Texas. That'd have been a different story. But I'm a Raider hater. I'm not going to lie. I am not.
With me not having a college football team.
No, you picked up on a college football team.
I picked Oklahoma only because they were on a hot streak.
They were.
They're not my team. I don't have a team.
Yeah.
But if you were to get someone, how would you get someone to be an Aggie fan?
Get someone to go to a game. It's the Kyle Field is the best place ever. It's unbelievable. It's just there's no way to describe the student section.
You just have to go.
You just have to go. Words cannot describe the atmosphere.
I think I've seen a baseball game of the Aggies.
Oh yeah.
And I think I'm pretty sure it was them. If not, I'm gonna get roasted by all our huge sport fans out there. But I'm pretty sure, like, they were playing baseball, and like this dude walked a dude 4 straight strikes. So the whole student section started saying like ball 4, and then they kept doing that until he threw a strike. I was like, oh my god!
They do.
I bet that pitcher was so pissed.
Yeah, well, they get in their kitchen because you throw a ball, you get back in your windup, you throw another ball, and the next thing you don't want to hear the crap ball 4. So all of a sudden, he's thinking, man, I done thrown I done walked this guy 3 straight pitches.
Why should I even start pitching?
Yeah, and they're a nice annoying. You go to I've been to games all over the place. I've been to college football games, college baseball games, college basketball games, and I'll tell you a good atmosphere to go to a game, which I was really surprised. We went to the University of Oklahoma, went to Norman to watch A&M play. OU, of course, there. Whenever Rocky Kalmus and Quentin Griffin were playing for OU, I can't remember who the quarterback was, but Roy Williams, who went on to be a stud safety for the Cowboys, was a safety for the Sooners. Bad dude, hitter, serious hitter, like a Steven.
It's just crazy to see. Like, your college football knowledge is like beyond anything I know.
But whenever we were at the game, Taylor and I went to the game, and we went with 2 other friends, and we were at the game, and Roy Williams put Derek Farmer out the very first play of the game, and I was like, we're screwed, because all we had was Derek Farmer, and we were hanging on a hope that they couldn't stop Derek Farmer. But Rocky Kalmus and Teddy Lehman were linebackers at OU, and I swear to God, they went to school there for 12 years, and they were good. Rocky Kalmus was there forever. Teddy Lehman was so fast. I mean, he was unbelievable fast. And Quentin Griffin went on to be a pretty good running back in the NFL too. And I remember we met Quentin Griffin at that game. After the game was over, we didn't really meet him. We just kind of had an acquaintance with him, and it was pretty funny. We went over to this place where the guy that we went to the game with, him and his son, the guy's a big Aggie, so we went to a place to eat barbecue at the Texas A&M Student Association. So after the game, we ate barbecue, and we were walking back to the car, and we ran into Quentin Griffin, and he was out there talking to his parents, and Taylor, my son, was little, and Brian, the other kid that we were with, were little, and they was like, hey, good game, and he had fumbled during that game and everything, and he kind of sloughed them off, and his mom just says, Quentin, whatever his middle name was, Griffin, you better pay attention to those kids. And she was getting on to him, and I was like, dang, man.
Nothing changes.
Nothing changes, yeah. So it's like, I love college football.
If you weren't in your professional field right now, what would do something with college sports? Would you like to do? Because I feel like you're so knowledgeable of it.
I'm
just making your head way bigger right now.
I like it. I watch too much of it, and it consumes my life on Thursdays and Saturdays, and anytime there's a game, I'll watch whatever. But if I would like to do something, what I should have done, and I don't want to be that guy that looks back, because I'm happy with the choices I made, the career that I'm in, and different things like that. But I should have went and coached. I mean, at the high school level, at the college level, I should have gone and coached, because I'll tell you, whenever my youngest son, all of my 3 kids played sports and everything, is a lot of fun. I was involved in it as much as possible. When my daughter played volleyball, I hated volleyball. I hated the volleyball.
But I was involved.
I tried to help, and everything like that. But I coached my youngest son's baseball team from the time he was 5 years old all the way through high school. And we were, everybody, kiddie baseball, this, kiddie baseball, yeah. It starts out that way.
Yeah.
It does start out that way.
It gets way more competitive.
But it gets competitive. And we, Amarillo had a club team, a traveling team, and stuff like that. So we jumped on board and started doing that. And I just remember whenever we had a team, you could protect 5 players, and you had to have a draft. And I would protect 5 players, and I would draft players. This is why baseball talk here, by the way. and I would teach other kids how to play baseball in hopes to get them next year. And then next year we'd have the draft, and somebody else would get all my players.
You're like,
so I'm like, this is bullshit, man. So I was like, I'm going to go club, and I'm going to take all these kids with me. And they're like, well, you got to wait 1 year. And I was like, okay, well, I'll wait. But I had made contact with all these kids to play baseball with us, and I had a good group of kids. I had kids that played at Randall that almost won state. One of my players played at Colorado State University as a football player that was a stud. I mean, all the kids that I had, one of them's in the Air Force. That's a pilot in the Air Force. All of them went to college. The first baseman, catcher, different. But the thing about that kid baseball, you find you a guy that can throw strikes. And you find you some kids that are 9, 10, or 11 years old that aren't afraid to stand in that batter's box, and you got something, and you can work with something, and you can get things going. And that's where I had a lot of fun. My wife and I made a lot of good friends. We went on a lot of trips. We We went to a lot of baseball tournaments. We saw a lot of things. We did a lot of things, and we had a lot of fun. But I had a lot of fun.
Is that your favorite sport?
Yeah, baseball is my favorite sport. College football and baseball, but baseball is boring. I get it, but there's so many parts of the game that are just so. I mean,
I think what makes baseball so good too is not I think it's the defense.
Yeah.
God. I think the greatest, seeing an amazing defense, stop.
Yeah.
Or just like their glove work. I think it's beautiful.
Yeah.
Like I watch. God dang it! What's Homeboy's name from the Cubs? I can't think of his name.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about.
But his glove work is nasty.
Yeah, it is. It's unbelievable.
And the guy from the Rockies, the third baseman.
Oh gosh, I know.
Now we're all going blank. We're like super bad at this baseball segment.
Well, yeah, we have
Ronaldo, some shit like that. I don't know what his name is.
Nathan Arenado,
whatever his name is. But
he's unreal. But do you see all the stuff he does to get himself ready to do that? Yeah. I saw it on
Javier Baez from the Cubs.
Yeah, Javier Baez. How would not know that? Well, baseball's got to get up and going for me to get back into the groove of things. And I mean, and I'll follow the Rangers, but I don't jump ship or anything like that. But when it comes time to the playoffs, if my team's not in the playoff, I'll latch on to another team and watch and follow and stuff. But like you said, I like the hitting, I like the pitching, I like the battle between the pitcher and the glove work, the defensive plays, especially the ground balls in the infield, especially up the middle. I mean, the third base, the hot corner is the hot corner, but some of those plays,
like the Rangers and my team, the Dodgers, who should be choked twice in the World Series. First against the freaking oh my gosh,
Chandler Park,
the Astros, and then against the Red Sox.
Yeah,
and it sucked ass.
It did.
See, I grew up.
But see, I can't get on board with the Red Sox, and I can't get on board with the Yankees, no matter what. And then what really irritates me is ESPN does have a love affair with the SEC when it comes to sports, mainly football, and ESPN has a love affair with the Red Sox and the Yankees.
That's all you hear about the when baseball season starts.
Yes, man.
Just like now, I've been a Laker fan since I was a kid, and then now that we have freaking LeBron James, I feel like that's all they talk about. Not so much about the play; it's just all about LeBron James.
It's all about LeBron.
You don't follow basketball.
Hey, have you seen the deal?
Right.
No, not at all. Have you seen the deal where they're I don't know who the Lakers are playing, but LeBron's player pushes him out there?
Yes, Ingram.
Yeah.
Go defend him.
Yeah, get out there, LeBron, and quit watching.
I don't know. I think with them trying to form all these big teams, it ruined. Oh god dang.
Whoa. Uh-oh.
We had a little dip. We had a little dip.
Pull over and call 911. Oh, wait.
We need a paramedic.
Wait, hold on. I do have a gift for you, though.
You have a gift? What is this gift? A freaking dash light.
That's all I can find in my car, man.
Okay, so if y'all saw on the last episode, my buddy Chris gave me two hats, one for me and one for my buddy Beef, who also I film with, and I stated well, from here on out I'm gonna make my guest bring me a gift. He brings me a dash wipe from Two Totem that was in his car already. But if we're being honest, I really do need it, so I appreciate it.
I wasn't gonna say nothing, man, but I mean,
I do need it. But all right, but there's my gift for this.
That's your gift. I got some cough drops over here too.
No, you keep those. You keep those.
Just making sure.
What about I'm trying to think. You really don't watch like UFC or nothing like that.
No, and I like to get your joke with you. You're like, why don't you watch it? I was like, I can whoop all those dudes, so it's not interesting to me.
If anyone who doesn't know Troy, he is the king of corny jokes, of dad jokes.
Yeah,
he's the king of dad jokes, basically.
The same joke.
Yeah, that's what he's good for. He tells you jokes. He lets you know why he doesn't do stuff, and mainly it's because of stuff that he can do better than them.
That's it.
Remember you played softball with us?
Yes.
It was a good time, son.
I remember one guy, I'll let him remain nameless, he threw a ball that I couldn't get to, and he ran into the dugout. I guess I'm going to have to hit you in the chest. And I was like, bro, that ball was in the other time zone, whatever.
It's good times.
Yeah, but it was fun. It was fun. And then whenever we got short of players, and I was like, hey, I'll bring Taylor if you want me to. And it's like, yeah. And then Taylor's like, hey, if the ball gets hit anywhere over here, I got it.
At the time, he was playing second.
Yeah.
And then Taylor was playing
shortstop.
Mm-hmm. But Taylor had nothing he didn't want his assist in anything.
No.
Basically, Taylor was playing short and second
at the same time.
And he was he told him, just leave it alone.
Yeah, just leave it alone.
And we're I can do it myself.
Yeah, and he did twice. And I was like, thank God you got us out, because I'm tired of standing here.
Oh man, I'm tired of this right now.
But it was fun. I mean, let's talk about softball for a second. I saw where you were talking at your last one, how you don't like softball. I don't really like softball either, but I did like it when I was younger, and I did like to play, and we played quite a bit. But you know how you get your softball team up and going, and you're always got a friend that's got a friend that's got a friend that can play
all the time.
Okay,
I think it's funny now because I hear people use phrases now like softball has become buddy ball.
Yes. Oh yeah.
And and it's true. Teams are now not good anymore.
No.
Or they can be better, but they want their buddy to play with them. So therefore, they're going to take this guy because we're friends over that guy who's way better, who has a way better glove and who can hit way better. But I don't want him because he's not my friend.
Right. Well, I played way back in the day, and I played on a team called Valley Liquors. It was a liquor store in Pleasant Valley. We had a pretty good little team. We had a pretty good little nucleus of a team. And we would move up. We were started off in C, and we moved all the way up to B. When we moved up to B, we learned our lesson. But one time we were playing, and for short of naming names, this one guy's like, "Hey, I work with this guy. He's a really good softball player. He'd like to come out and play." And I helped a guy named Pat coach the team, and I was like, "Yeah, shoot. I mean, we can always use an extra person." We had one of our mechanics that I worked with when I worked at the ambulance service, that I worked there forever. He was a really good player, and his son played. His son was pretty good, but it was always a big. He always wanted his cousin to come play, and this other guy named Glenn wanted Rocky to come play. So we got Rocky to show up one time and everything. Instead of having a practice or something, we just let Rocky come play.
You're good.
Yeah. So Rocky smokes a single out to right center field. I don't remember. It's been so long. But he's flying to first base. Instead of running through the bag, and he stops on the bag, and I was like, nope.
Man.
You don't know what's going on. I can tell.
Those guys.
Yeah. So then, the very next play, somebody hits something, instead of, he slides into second base for no reason to slide. And I'm like, So we go out in defense, and you can't really hide anybody. You can hide them at second base. Sort of.
Sometimes that
Kinda, yeah. And you can hide them in the outfield if you got a good outfielder. So we put him at second base, and 2 or 3 balls, and finally the guy that was playing Rover out there, he was like, he was pissed. I could tell. He's a good ball player too. So he was just like, whenever we came in, we finally got 3 outs, and he's like, "You don't do something with this guy?" And I said, "Go talk to Pat." It's like, so he tells Pat, he goes, "If you don't do something with this guy," and it was kind of a tricky deal because Glenn was such a nice guy, but he wanted Rocky to be on the team so bad.
She's like, "Hey, listen,
Rocky wanted to be on the team, and it's like, man, don't. No, everybody's got that friend of a friend of a friend of a friend that can play, and it's the older you get, the harder it is to get.
Driving through these places where it looks like
I hope we don't meet up with some.
It looks like some people's gonna come out of this fucking place and get us.
Like
I can't see, but it looks.
I feel like we're on a hunting trip, man. Where's some deer blind at? Let's go.
I feel like I've never been hunting ever before in my life.
Have you not?
I've never been hunting. Or I've never been fishing.
Oh man.
Yeah, I've never been either way.
My daughter's boyfriend, he is into that stuff. And
I've never ever been to.
And she's a good outdoorsy person.
You can show me a picture of that.
10-pound bass.
Yeah, that shit's crazy.
Yeah,
I've never been hunting or I've been fishing. Yeah. But then, I don't know, when I moved here, everyone was like, "You need to do that."
Well,
it's a Texas thing.
It's a Texas thing, and I've gone, and it never caught. It never really. It was. I've been pheasant hunting. I've been deer hunting. I've been duck hunting. All of those things. I've been way young, like in high school and stuff like that, and it just never. I don't know. It just never appealed to me. I don't
seems
mind.
Fun. The point of fucking waiting
all day long for a fish to bite on a worm, and then I'm the best fisherman here. You're the luckiest fisherman here.
Just like when I see people go hunting, sometimes I watch videos and they just sit there and they lay there forever. And I was like, I don't know if I want to do that shit.
No, man. It's like you said, man. I get on a kick, and I caught myself doing this here just not too long ago. You watch a video on Facebook. I try not to stay on social media. I try not to do.
I love it. I'm a sucker for YouTube, Instagram.
I'm a 12-year-old kid kid when it comes to that. But if you watch one video and you know how they pop up to the next, to the next, to the next.
I talked in my last video, I will be in like a vortex.
I will too.
And next thing you know, it's been like 3 hours.
Yes.
I'm like, what the fuck just happened?
I know. You know, I'll tell you something else that caught me in a vortex was like Shameless. When I was watching Shameless.
I started watching that like, I want to say last year or the year before. I started watching it on Netflix, and I'm not up to date at all. But
yeah,
I started watching it, and then next thing you know, I'm like on fucking season 4.
Oh,
I'm like,
yeah.
How did I get there?
I binge watched the whole season. I did that same way with Orange is the New Black. But
I watched the first 2 seasons of Orange is the New Black.
Yeah, but Shameless had me. I mean, you know, my infatuation with Fiona, and their ability to take situations
it's just crazy.
Too far.
I think about that sometimes, like, man, there's no way I could have done that shit.
Oh no,
there's
Frank.
no possible way. I would have punched them all in the fucking face. There's no way.
I'm back on Friday Night Lights.
Friday Night Lights is good. If you haven't watched it, you need to watch it.
You do need to watch it if you haven't watched it.
It's freaking amazing.
It's good. It's a little bit better than the motion picture. No, it's not.
It's a whole lot better.
It is.
It's a whole lot better.
It's good. But like I said, if I find a scab on anybody, I'm gonna pick it.
That's true. It'll pick and pick and pick until it heals. Then you'll start picking it again.
That's it.
That's how it usually works.
But yeah, fighting though. I try to watch the fighting. Again, my daughter and her boyfriend are into the fights and everything. And I watch a couple of Joe Rogan's podcasts. And
I love Rogan.
Yeah. He's so smart and he's good and he's on top of things.
I like it because like he gets into like
he's prepared
and he also like he's not afraid to go into that situation when people are afraid. That's why I like him so much.
Yeah,
because he's not afraid to ask those questions.
No, and he does ask him. He asks him right there face to face in his podcast, or he asks him in the ring.
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah. That's what
I love fighting. That's one of my favorite podcasts, and also watching a podcast called Fighter and the Kid, where I love.
Did you ever remember watching Fear Factor?
Yeah,
Joe Rogan.
I watched an episode of Fear Factor.
Fear's not a factor.
I watched Fear Factor one time, and he almost got to a fight with a contestant.
Yeah.
Oh, it was so good.
Oh yeah, but I don't know. I mean, I wouldn't eat no bugs. I'll eat a lot of things.
I couldn't be on Fear Factor.
No, I couldn't.
One, I'm afraid of heights.
Yeah.
2, I'm afraid of open water.
Right.
That's why I'll never go on a fucking cruise.
Right.
So my wife ever wants to go on a cruise, she'll go whoever she wants with, because I'm not going with her.
You're not going with her?
Yeah. And then no, I can't eat bugs. There's no way.
I do have it's your show, but I'm asking the questions.
It's even better.
NFL teams, Major League Baseball teams, and NBA teams. Okay, far and abroad, what's the most recognized Major League Baseball team on the planet?
Like right now or all time?
Just all time. Just the logo, the hat, the whatever.
It has to be the stupid Yankees.
Okay, very good.
It has to be.
I agree. I hate the Yankees, but they are.
I hate the Yankees too.
26 championships.
Yeah, that's all they talk about.
Best team money can buy. And you were winning championships way back whenever.
I don't even want to hear about it.
All right, okay, we're going to do the football last. But the National Basketball Association, there's 2 teams.
I think about 2. I think about 1, the Lakers, just because it's the Lakers. But I also think about people thinking about the Celtics too.
Oh, see, you had my Celtics.
What did you?
The Celtics and the Bulls only because Scotty and Michael.
Oh yeah, the Bulls too. Yeah, Bulls.
But the Celtics because of all their Red Auerbach, Bill Russell, and everything like that. But the Lakers was 3rd. Yeah, okay. All right.
Lakers always be my number 1.
Here we go. Hey, go down the street right here. I'll show you where I used to live back in the day. The National Football League.
Everyone talks about the stupid Cowboys.
Ooh, thank you.
Because everyone calls them fucking America's team.
You know,
I think you did that shit on purpose.
What's my good? I did. What's my go-to thing whenever I argue with my Eagles fan buddies? And
you always say,
I don't answer my phone unless it's on the 5th ring. But I know we ain't run a ring in a long time, but we got 5 of them.
I'm just happy we got 1.
Yeah, me too, because y'all were the only NFC East team that didn't have one.
Yeah, I know.
And that was my claim to fame, but it's no longer
all the damn time. Am I still going down the same street? Just keep going?
Yeah, just keep going. I think it's right. Yeah, right there, where that cream-colored book, right there.
This one, this recently?
Yeah, back in the high school days, 16. Yeah. Yes, I did.
Did you go to Highland Park?
No. It was Caprock's district. Highland Park didn't have the high school back then. Remember, I'm old.
Yeah. You're a lot older than me.
Right.
Sorry.
Look at this kid doing things that kids should be doing out riding a bicycle.
You don't do that anymore. Kids now, they're at home with their tablet.
Yeah.
They're watching.
Where's my Hot Pocket?
Yeah. They're watching fucking shows on Netflix and all that other good stuff.
Can I get a Capri Sun? Yeah, but he was riding his bicycle.
Riding his bike in the rain.
In the rain.
In the rain. It was pouring here today.
Yeah.
Do you think? Well, okay. Let's do this. Let's do this one last thing before we get out of here. We'll do. What is your prediction this year for your Dallas Cowboys? I want this on camera, so I'll do it for the Eagles too.
Okay.
So therefore, we could go back and we could see how far we were off, or if we're on point.
The Cowboys will make the playoffs. Okay, they will be
division or the wild card.
They'll. Gosh, man, it just depends on what the Eagles get, because I'm not afraid of the Giants, and I'm not afraid of the Redskins.
That's how I am.
I'm afraid of the Eagles, but I'm not afraid of Carson Wentz.
See,
I think we're going to win We're going to win the NFC East.
I'm still nervous about him.
Yeah, we're going to win the Cowboys are going to win the NFC East, but we're not going to do anything in the playoffs yet. We've got to settle some.
First round, you think maybe all around, or
maybe? Yeah, I think we'll make the playoffs again. I think we're on the road to recovery, but the saddest thing is we get in our own way. The Cowboys front office gets in their own way of winning.
Okay, I think for the Eagles, it's kind of like a whole new year again, because Wentz is coming back again.
Mm-hmm.
We just traded Nick Foles just signed with the Jaguars, which I like Nick Foles.
I do too.
I will support Nick Foles until he retires. I don't care what team he's on. Dude, that dude won us a Super Bowl.
Yeah, he did.
So I'll definitely buy a jersey that says Big Dick Nick on it.
Yeah,
for sure.
Barstool Sports made that up, man.
I see us going maybe like 10-6. Maybe getting a wild card.
Wild card. Who's going to win the East? You can go ahead and say the Cowboys.
Maybe like. Listen, I fucking hate anybody in the East. I hate the Redskins because fucking Connor, if you're watching this, fuck you and your Redskins.
Right. I
really don't know any. A buddy of mine, his brother's a Giants fan.
Oh God, why?
So
I just don't. The Giants don't appeal
like
to me
you already.
I got a question for you. This is a good question. Do you like to win more, or do you hate to lose more? Whenever you're playing something, or even if it's your team.
I hate to lose more.
Okay, thank you.
I fucking like when my whole mood will change.
Yeah,
if we win, I'm good.
I'll rub it in a little bit to certain people.
I am good the whole way. Yeah. But if we lose, my mood is dead.
Yeah, because my wife will get.
When we lost to the freaking Saints, last year, I had to make sure I was like. It was just bad because
especially when my college football team loses, like when A&M lost a bowl game, my wife is just like yelling at me, and I'm just like pissed because it's just like there's not any reason for this. There's not any reason for this. We should be doing this.
I was the same way with the Dodgers. I was the same way with the Lakers. Yeah. But when we lost,
but I as long as you hate losing more than you enjoy winning, I enjoy a good win. I hate to lose. And then
it's the worst.
You have a chance here to have one car worth $1,000 or 10 cars.
Is this the stuff you think about all day?
Or 10 cars worth $100 each. Okay, you have a chance here. You can have that car right there for $1,000, or you can have these 10 cars for $100 each. What are you going to do?
I'll take the 10 cars for $100 each.
That's my boy. Because you can drive one of them and sell the other 9.
I could drive one and make a profit.
We didn't ask, but whenever I asked this thing, people were like, well, what kind of cars are they?
Yeah, what are they?
Did you serve in the military?
Do they run? Is this working?
What kind of tires are on? I don't know. It's just a hypothetical question.
Yeah, just answer the damn question.
Yes, please.
Just answer the damn riddle.
Yes. It's a riddle.
So maybe, so we'll just go back to this real quick, and then we'll freaking be done. Oh, God dang, you see that pop?
Woo! Man, you would have hit that one. I would have had a live star would have come and got me, man.
We both would have been done.
Yeah.
Last year,
your NASCAR skills.
Yeah, my bad. I'm driving a freaking I can't do that. I'm not in a race car.
I know. Hey, remember whenever somebody was leaving the other day in a Solon and saying, "What are you doing? Leaving in your mom's car?" You're like, "Hey,
I have one too."
My bad.
But freaking, how cool would it have been last year if we would have beat the freaking the Saints?
Yeah.
Then y'all would have beat the Rams, right?
Oh, yeah.
And then we both were playing for the NFC Championship.
God, wouldn't that be awesome? That'd be awesome.
I would have tried my hardest to go to that game.
Yeah. Even
if I had to sorry, I used my savings for this, but I would. Oh my God. But it didn't happen, so we're good.
Right.
So we were both at home watching the fucking Rams get stomped. It was the worst Super Bowl I've ever seen in my life, but whatever.
But it's like one of our buddies that we work with is a big Eagles fan. Hey, we took Tom Brady down. I was like, whatever. Congratulations. I'm like, whenever I was for the Rams. I'm always for the NFC and the Super Bowls.
That's how I was.
Yeah, that's just the way it is. That's just the way it is. And like whenever the SEC teams are playing in the bowl games and stuff like that, although we didn't fare too well, but everybody is gunning for the SEC teams, and they should gun for the SEC teams because the SEC teams aren't really a cut up. They are the best. They get the best recruits. They get the best players. Everybody wants to go there. I get it, and everything like that. But Texas and OU, Michigan, Ohio State, they still recruit very well. I mean, there's other schools to go to out there. All the good players cannot go to one school and everything. And I think it's the luck of the draw. I don't know how you pick a kid in high school that hasn't matured, grown into his body or anything like that. How you figure
Alabama,
out?
those sons of bitches, man.
God, man, they get everybody in Alabama. They get everybody. Nobody leaves Alabama. And if they don't go to Alabama, they go to Auburn. And then every now and then they'll get somebody. But what about Clemson's quarterback, dude?
Oh my God.
He is going to be lethal.
He's going to be a stud for real.
Yeah. And we had Clemson this year. A&M had Clemson at home.
That was a good game. It was a real good game.
It was at the first of the season.
So last question to end it all. I ask everybody, what is your one goal in life?
My goal in life is to, my goal in life.
Even if it's cliche, like our last ones were. What's one goal you have in your life? Let's do it that way. What's one goal you have in your life?
Goal is to retire, get an RV, and go to as many Major League Baseball parks as I can. And I know I'm stealing somebody else's goal, but I would really like to go. I mean, I've been to the Astrodome, I've been to Arlington, I've been to the ballpark in Arlington, I've been to the old, I've been to several places, but, driving from where we're at to Los Angeles, California, it takes a day and a half. You can drive there and you can go to several different parks.
That'd be so awesome. Yeah. There's so many pit stops you can make.
Yeah, there's so many things you can do.
That would be really cool.
And the atmosphere at the ballpark, like our team, we're Amarillo, of course we're getting
the Sod Poodles.
Yeah, we're getting a team and everything. I'm looking forward to it. I'm not even mad about the name or anything.
Even though they're from the damn Padres.
Yeah, and I like how everybody, I think Manny Machado's going to come here and do a rehab assignment. No, he's not.
The AAA, so we're good. Well, that's it. That was our video today.
Okay.
Hope y'all liked it. That's another episode. Before we leave, though, Mr. Troy has a daughter named Morgan Lightsey who has a YouTube channel.
He does.
So make sure y'all check that out. I will put that in my description below. But if y'all liked it, make sure you leave a like and a comment and subscribe. Until next time, we'll talk to y'all later.